Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Ann at Martin House Flowers. Someone is happy about this beautiful, warm, 74-degree day. So in this video, I thought I would just share some of the beautiful signs of spring. That was my pear tree just budding out, which was perfect timing since we just gave it a nice prune a couple of weeks ago. I'm taking another look at my winter sowing jugs. The other day when I recorded, it was just poppies that were popping up. So now I have 3 jugs that have a ton of seedlings of poppies. But today I also noticed a couple scabiosa seedlings. I do have some scabiosa growing indoors, but that's nice to see. And purple coneflower, a couple of seedlings there that you might have caught. And a few jugs are still, it's a bit early, they're still empty. Sometimes I think I'm a little blind, I can't see them. But there we go, that's a nice group of verbascum. I've never grown verbascum before. I'm really excited about those. And I might have seen something tiny in there, but nothing worth mentioning. So really, there's still half a dozen jugs that are still empty, or not empty, but no seedlings. So the best examples are those beautiful poppies. So there they all are lined up. I've got 14 jugs there. And 3 years ago, I planted these apple dorn tulips. It's nice to see that even though I grow vegetables and herbs and some flowers in this kitchen garden, there's still some tulips coming up after 3 years. So yesterday evening, I did come out here and clean up just a little bit, just a little deadheading on these cascading hydrangea. These are my beautiful fairy trail fresco, that's what they are. And my pots here are ready to get planted up, still a little early. Try not to buy any pansies because I've grown so many violas and they're still tiny. They're not going to flower for a while, probably not till May. This is my dappled willow tree. I love this willow tree. It reminds me of my home in Schomberg, Ontario, where I had 2 of them lining my driveway. Here's a few daffodils, and I do see a little white fuzzy there where I know I had a bunny nest last year underneath one of these. So I'm curious if we got to dig around there if there's another nest. They like to burrow really deep underneath my hydrangeas or my lavender of all places. They supposedly don't like lavender. Those are some of the smaller hydrangeas we planted late last summer. I've got a couple hostas here. These are original endless summer reblooming hydrangea that I've already just taken a couple of tips off because you don't need to prune your big leaf hydrangeas. There's some firelight tidbits. They're really tiny, definitely not pruning those. And then I have some lavender and some other bulbs here, and there's that pot of beautiful bulbs that are emerging. So I wanted to take you indoors to show off this tray that we did together of cosmos. If you recall, I did sow some older seeds, some 2023 seeds, 3-year-old, and I don't see an empty cell there. So it took only 2 days or 3 days to germinate. This is day 4. So I'm just giving you a quick look. There's those supposedly slow snapdragons. They're finally popping up. I need to fertilize There's some peppers, some eucalyptus in the back there, another tray of those stalled snapdragons that are doing much better. My geraniums, the babies on the left, the mummies in the middle that are struggling a little, but that's okay. And there's some ageratum in the blue tray, and all these 10 by 10s all have my snapdragons that I was so worried about at 5 weeks. So we're coming up to 7 weeks. These ones here were broadcast. They were 3-year-old seeds, and they're doing much better. So are those. So I'm definitely seeing some recovery. They're going to catch up, those snapdragons. A bunch of other seedlings that, as you can see, all these recycled pots. So I wanted to get in here, and you can see the wind. I went in for lunch after I did a little bit of filming, and I wanted to get in here and direct sow. I did clear away a couple of little paths, but it is incredibly windy right now. Look at that. And that's because although it's 74 today, we are going to get some rain. It was supposed to come in this evening, but it looks like it's coming very soon. So although I don't typically want to sow seeds on the windy day, I think if I cover them and maybe take advantage of this rain, it'll be okay. I did cut some of those you see in the far left over here before we get down and start sowing some seeds. I did cut back. You can see where right in the middle there, I cut a few of these stems of forsythia, and I've got them on my front or on my kitchen table. Hopefully I'll get some beautiful yellow stems very soon. And I'm seeing some, look at how they do chomp on those tulips. Look at them. These rabbits are so hungry. Look at that. Do you see how they've just torn off those edges? I planted a bunch of bulbs here last fall. They were just random. I can see some grape hyacinths, some just random bulbs that I had in my containers, and I didn't want to, discard them. So look at those. These are those proven winners lilacs, the Bupleurm lilacs. I can't remember what shade of purple they are, but they're coming up. I have two shrubs here that have grown, 4 feet tall. And I think that forsythia is going to get huge, so I didn't mind cutting a few stems. Let's see. Any more? This is where Greg painted the tips of all of my trimmed. So these two will be snapdragon beds. You can see how I really rely on snapdragons. I dedicate 2 full beds. And my 500 tulips, I don't know if they all came up. Some are definitely later at the front there. Those ones are white ones. It's getting chilly. So I'm going to quickly throw some Bupleurum seeds without a tripod because it is so windy. So this is the original package that I purchased last year, and I collected a bunch. I did a little clip in one of my videos last year, and I just put the seeds back in here. We'll see if I can manage to do this without them blowing away. We'll give it a shot. I collected so many, and I just sort of grabbed a couple branches and put them in my tray in the greenhouse last summer and collected these, and I'm just going to direct sow them. I'm living dangerously. Drop in very generously. So I'm on the other side now. This is some yarrow that's come back overwintered, and my plant app is not telling me accurately what these are. I'm getting a different read every single time, so we're just going to wait to see what they are. And over there, I know I planted last year a bunch of anise hyssop, and it's coming up on the plant app as catnip, which is not probably correct. So I'm just going to finish off this row. I did 3 rows here of Bupleurum where I did plant it originally last year. So I like to go back to where it was at in case some of it winters over. I also had feverfew here last year, and I started some fresh seeds, just broadcasted them, and they weren't very many in a Johnny's pack. I was disappointed, but I'm sure I feel rain coming, so I'm going to hurry up and get this little direct sowing job done. Very generous. So you can sort of see how windy it is. But there we go. These first 2 beds just beyond the arch are where I plant a lot of perennial filler flowers. So I have yarrow, poppies, Bupleurum like we just did. I have anise hyssop, some bachelor's buttons that don't look like they're surfacing yet, but I have a bunch of seed I can plant or sow after last frost. But I wanted to show you also what you see from the road of my grow room. So there's one of the 3 windows I have in my guest room. And through the window you can see my grow lights. And boy, at night it's really bright. So I try to keep these windows shuttered up. But you can see how dark it is. We are going to get some rain. I'm so excited for rain. So yeah, I got 3 rows of Bupleurum done. Let's go back in the greenhouse and hoping the grass greens up after this rain. I had this wreath on my door, but the wind blew it off. So luckily I have one of those hooks also on the inside. There, so I can enjoy it inside. Here are some violas that are doing pretty good. They've been in here for over a week. There's a few of the surviving sweet peas that I'm so disappointed on. This tray had such poor germination from botanical interest. This was my much awaited mammoth mix, which bloom into July. So I've ordered some new ones from Baker Creek. They're also a summer loving, but they're not the mammoth. They didn't have them. These are Sweet William that I'm basically hardening off, and we'll plant in that, probably in that same bed, or maybe I'll put them in borders. I'm not sure yet. And here's some other beautiful violas. See, they're so tiny. I started them at the end of January, so I don't think they'll be ready anytime soon. I think next year I got to make a note to start them up. So that's what's left of my sweet peas that are supposed to be somewhat frost hardy, but we had a couple freezing nights in the greenhouse, and they'd already been here for almost 2 weeks. And you know, here's some more early seedlings. I've gone ahead and brought these out, and a couple of them got a little bit frosted, but I've got all these so many extra seedlings. I just pop them in when I see that. These are some very, very slow delphiniums that were cold stratifying in here. These are Cliveden Beauty, and this is all I've got that have germinated. So they were basically, the seeds were in the refrigerator for a couple weeks and in a paper towel, damp paper towel in a baggie. And then I brought them out to cold stratify further in the greenhouse under a dome. And then I saw some germination, and I've since taken off the dome. And yeah, I'm just leaving them in here because they're, you know, they do like the cool temperatures. So I'm hoping they'll do well. And these are the Fama Blue and White, and they've gotten a little bit fried on the tips. Some of that happened because they were getting so close to the grow lights. And you can see here 2 of the cells didn't germinate, so I just popped in some violas or pansies in there. And then these are some beautiful pots. This one is from Pottery Barn. I got a gift card from my sister-in-law at Christmas, and that was one of the things I got from there. This is a candle she gave my stepdaughter, and my stepdaughter decided to share it with me here in the greenhouse. And these beautiful pots are from Walmart, And I'm going to plant a bunch of pansies, violas in here, and maybe petunias. So that's what's going to go in there, but it's a little early. And these ones were also from Walmart. I certainly tried to return these, but they went ahead and shipped them to me. So I have these clay pots, clay colored ones, but I prefer the whitewash. So, and then you can see out there, gosh, it's just so much chillier now that the wind has picked up. And I do like to open the greenhouse windows so that we can get a little breeze. But I'm going to keep the warmth in here now. Let's see if we see any ducks out there today. No ducks in that pond. So this is just a quick little video to give you an update on some of my seedlings and a little direct sowing that we decided to do in the garden today with my Bupleurm. I wanted to do more, but typically I wait till April. You can see over here that we direct sowed some snow peas and some lettuce yesterday. I'm positive nothing will come up for a few days yet, but I'll definitely keep you posted on that. But we'll say goodbye for now and hope you're enjoying this early spring weather. I hope you've had a chance to get out there and touch the dirt. I've certainly been working on it. I really wanted to prune some of my cat's pajama nepeta. You saw some of the green coming up from under the dead branches, but I'm going to work on that on a warmer day. It was literally it was getting to be a hot morning when I was out with Eddie earlier, where you saw him rolling around the dirt. But then when I went in for lunch and came back out, the temperature dropped because of this rainstorm, I think, that's coming in. So much for a bike ride today, right? Spring, it's just so unpredictable. But I appreciate you guys being here so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye now.